sincere because it's a lifestyle thing more so than just something that you can do when you're young, right? It's something that you can do for your whole life, and that's the beautiful thing. We have Savage downstairs. He's like 80, you know. He's ready to scrap with you, you know.
Yeah, he's out here drilling every day
with the dummy. You know?
Yeah. I saw something cool.
And his cone.
I saw something really cool the other day. That's like you used to get like before it was only people doing jiu-jitsu that knew someone that did jiu-jitsu, right? Like early on when the sport first started.
Say that again.
Like you could only really get into jiu-jitsu if you knew
somebody that did jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
correct,
right. Because it was like there was no way to market.
You could buy some VHS tapes, you know, but you wouldn't really know. You would have to find somebody. You would go to a seminar, like however far away it was. For example, I went to go visit Carlos Machado in Texas when he was inside of Walker, Texas Rangers studio, like the Chuck Norris's studio. Mm-hmm. So his gym was inside that studio. I came out to LA, the Machados, because it was like the Gracie Barra lineage, you know. So I came here too, and you went wherever you could go to learn New York. There was a guy named, it was before Henzo even moved there. This guy named Fabio Clemente. What's the name of his gym? I think it's just his name.
Fabio Clemente.
Fabio Clemente, yeah. And so he was there, and I would go visit my dad, and I would stop in that gym. But you would have to go to places where people had the knowledge. It's different, right? Now you can learn online. You can YouTube and training websites, BJ Fanatics, right?
Yeah. Or there's like kids whose parents don't even train, but like they've heard, you know, how good jiu-jitsu can be, or like, you know, the argument that it's like the best martial art. And so I think it's cool nowadays, like you don't even need to know anyone anymore, and you could just be in the sport. Like I know a lot of parents that haven't trained a day in their life, and their kids are beast.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's really cool. I think that's like one of the signs that the sport's really growing now, that there's people that are finding out about it that don't even do it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see that.
Yeah, back in the day too, like one of the things that we don't really realize, I've been lucky because I've had some great people and part of the team, you know, like my one of my students, Grant Collins, he has a gym in Laguna Niguel. He was a Taekwondo guy. Okay. And so he started the kids program back in Santa Fe. And so I was really lucky because he had like the experience and stuff of kids programs. But back in the day, the jiu-jitsu scene was like very Fight Clubby, you know? It wasn't a place for like kids.
Okay.
You
so
know?
how'd that work out then?
How did that work out?
Yeah, like turning this like raunchy kind of sport, right, into something that we can teach kids.
For example, for me, I have my journey, right, and so I was lucky to get aligned with this guy. He came to steal jiu-jitsu from me, and, you know, and then teach it at his Taekwondo school. Yeah, because it was the biggest gym in the town, right, and so he came to learn from me, and then he couldn't look himself in the mirror and be like, I can't go back and teach this stuff, and so he ended up quitting Taekwondo and his job. He was like the head guy, you know, the main guy, and coming over and starting from scratch with one kid. I remember.
No way.
And his girlfriend was crying. She's like, oh, because he was like the man, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I just talk about integrity, right?